I'm Tyler. I have a clothing brand called The Nest, or The Nest Provides. Yeah, it's mainly like kind of motorcycle-based clothing. We make mainly like t-shirts and hoodies and hats and stuff like that. But I'd like to, eventually start making everything else. But that just takes more time and more money. We started about a year ago in 2023 in July, and at the time I had a garage space in downtown Los Angeles that I was already renting for like my motorcycle stuff, and was doing that, and I ended up I quit my job in June of that year, and I was working for a clothing brand doing logistics management and kind of like a little bit of everything, I guess. And yeah, I just felt super inspired, wanted to do something for myself, and yeah, that's kind of it. When we started, I mean, still to this day, like I screen print everything on this. I literally bought this on Facebook Marketplace for very cheap, and then I drilled it to my toolbox. And then, yeah, it's been fun. Kind of like honestly learning to screen print as products been being made, and I work with my buddy Artem, who used to be the manager at the coffee shop that I'd go to every morning, and yeah, I wanted to make a t-shirt, and I didn't know what I wanted or anything. But I was like, yeah, I kind of want to do like a bird like coming out of a nest with like a panhead motor, like in the motor's handcuffed to you, and it's like flying away, And yeah, I like told the homie at the coffee shop, Artem, and then a couple days later I just get a text with like a drawing, and it was so good. I was like, dude, this is insane. Like, yeah, and I was like, oh, we should like make some more stuff. And then yeah, we just kind of started rolling from there.
Chill. That thing is fucking like a machine gun, dog. What the fuck? You that thing's like.
But yeah, like initially it wasn't even supposed to be a brand. I had gone to visit some friends in Japan, and my friend Take has a brand called Ruthless, and his store is called The Roost. And it's just this amazing space where he's got like a tattoo artist in the top, and then his retail store is on the middle section, and then the lower section is like kind of like a hangout zone, and there's like a TV, and they like barbecue down there, and like people are just coming in and out all the time, and like Take's kind of like fostered this community. And I went to go see his shop, and I was like literally sleeping in the retail store. And I was with a couple of my homies, and I was just like, dude, it'd be so cool to have a store, right? To have like a place people could go and like, I don't know, because what do you do if you're like into motorcycles and you don't really know anyone, and like you come to LA for Born Free or something, and like there's like a couple events, but like what do you do during the week? Like where do you go? Like I feel like historically there's been a couple places in LA that kind of provide like that space, but right now there isn't anymore. So I was walking with Take, and I was like, dude, like your store's called The Roost, like I'm gonna start a store called The Nest, and we're gonna be like brother stores, like sister stores, like from like LA to Nagoya and Japan, and like so then I got stuck on the name. I was like, The Nest, like it's like kind of like okay, like it works, like and then back to Artem at the coffee shop. Okay, like I want to do something called The Nest, but like, so my original plan was to turn part of Hog Supply into like a retail store like that. That was kind of like the first step. I was like, okay, like I'm gonna clear some stuff out. I'm gonna like turn it into a retail store, whatever. And Cody and I, like I've been renting space from Hog Supply for like 4 years. Like, Cody's like my best friend, and we were like all set to do that. And then making clothes is a lot of work, and I learned that really quickly. And like initially it was like, okay, like I'm gonna release some clothes, and hopefully that could start to finance like opening up a store. And then it just ended up like, like designing everything, and we printed ourselves and sew all the tags. I got a sewing machine. I have no idea how to sew, and I had to like learn how to like sew the tags on. And then yeah, we once we did that, the store was obviously like put on the back burner, and we just focused on the brand. But I think I just moved out of LA, and this is my backyard in Orange County, and fingers crossed I'm getting a new office space that has like a retail section. So like the whole dream of like The Nest that was last May when I first thought of it is like slowly inching its way to fruition, which is super, super exciting. And that's kind of the whole point, is just to, like, I'm just trying to think of, like, when I got into all this and got into bikes, and, you know, it's like you go to the swap meet, and you go to, like, you see flyers on Instagram or whatever, and you go to, like, these little events, and, like, you start to meet people, and, like, it's cool, but I feel like everything's pretty spread out, and it's just, like, you know, it's like an intimidating thing to get into as well. So I just really want to kind of have a place where, like, people are excited about bikes and could go and, like, I don't know, I think the end goal with all of this is if, like, somebody, like, comes into the store and they see something that gets them excited, and then, like, they go, like, change their bike up, or they, like, whatever they do. Like, I just want to, like, I don't know, I want to, I guess, give people the feeling that I get